Hello and welcome to Midget Cast. I'm Paramveer and today I'm going to be talking about where I've been for the past 6 months. But first, I want to give a huge shout out to KFC. KFC have recently released this. It is their supercharger sauce and it is available to buy for about £4 for like a litre of supercharger sauce. That's awesome. Anyone from the public can just come and buy the sauce. For anyone that doesn't know, supercharger sauce is... It was originally on the Supercharger burger that they released, and this was like a sub crossed with a mini like a fillet burger. So it was like a 6-inch fillet burger, and it had like 2 fillets on it with the Supercharger sauce, which was awesome. And then as a box meal, it came with 2 large fries. Obviously the burger, 2 large fries, a large drink, and a side. I think I had that about 3 times, and out of all 3 times, I only managed to absolutely polish everything off once in one sitting, which I'm still proud of, as I was quite young and I managed to eat all that. So like I said, I'm quite proud of myself for that. But anyway, they got rid of that burger and all that stuff, and we didn't see the sauce around for a while. But what they did was they brought it back in various other items, such as the flaming wrap. They have supercharged sauce in the flaming wrap, and then every time they do like a special thing, like the zing, whenever they have like a triple zingers, the 3 kind of zingers, the top one's always got supercharged sauce in it, which is great. But now you can buy it separately. At least for this month anyway, you can buy it separately. And again, for this month, they're also doing the little pots as well, so you can decide if you like supercharger or not by just trying the little one, which you get with like box meals or whatever. So yeah, I recommend you try it out. I think it's quite good. This is like the second bottle I'm on now. Got it for to show you on the podcast, and yeah, I think it's great. You should check it out. I think it's only valid until the end of the year, but you know, if you like it and you're gonna eat all that, go for it. It's great. I'm not sponsored by KFC. I would like you to sponsor me, KFC. If anyone knows, spam KFC. Get them to get in contact with me. Let's make this collaboration happen. KFC and Paramveer, the ultimate collaboration. We you know, it's what all the fans want to see. You know, if they sponsor me, I will talk about KFC in every episode. Non-stop KFC talk. KFC, send me a black card, please. Get a black card so that I can walk into any KFC and get whatever I want. Please sponsor me. I'll do my bit. I want a black card. Yeah. Actually, what I do really, really want are these shirts that the employees at KFC... I don't want the shirt from an employee. I want like the shirt's brand new kind of thing. But they do... what they've done is, about a couple of years ago, they decided to put the... They went to a graphic designer and went, hey, we got to make some shirts that aren't just plain. What have you got? And they've put like this... these like weird designs on there to do with chickens, obviously, because it's KFC. And I think they look great. I really want them. They've had a bunch of designs now. I remember there was one where it had the different parts of the chicken on it. The one at the moment is like a chicken pulling like a carriage at high speed, which again looks great, and I want them. But I don't work at KFC, so I can't get one. So KFC, send me those and a black card. Please sponsor me. I love KFC. Yeah. But anyway, let's just cut the KFC conversation there, and move on. Where have I been for the past 6 months? That is a really good question. Thanks for asking. So last time I was on the channel, or last time when I finished season 2, I was with James, and it was about Christmas time. Since then, uni has ended. Again, same for Usman as well. Or that year of uni anyway did end. When you're at uni, I feel like stuff goes pretty quickly. Obviously, you're focused on your work. Well, some people are focused on their work, and then I think stuff happens around me at a faster speed. Whereas everything that's happened since then, I've remembered, and I've called pretty much major milestones, and I think that obviously I remember them. I can talk about every little thing that happened because I'm paying more attention as opposed to doing work and stuff. So yeah, so since then, a bunch of things have happened. I think one of the main things that has happened is I got an electric scooter. So yeah, this is in the past 2 months. So since I finished university, I got an electric scooter, the Xiaomi M365. I bought it from Pure Scooters. They shipped it to me. And I thought it was great riding around that scooter. The key thing is I'm lazy, okay? Electric scooter, for people that don't know, it's like an electric skateboard. So it's a skateboard that travels on itself, but it has a stick on it so that you don't fall off. And I have a terrible sense of balance. So, perfect for me. You can actually get seat attachments to it, but that's just really extreme at that point. Like, I don't need a seat on my scooter. I'm happy with the way it is. I'm happy to ride around on the scooter. It's great. But there's actually an issue with the scooter. There was, first of all, a major issue that meant there was going to be a recall. So what they did was they recalled all the ones in the UK, and I had to ship them all back. And it was an issue with one of the screws at the base or something. Anyway, they sent it back finally. Great. Happy with that. And then I took it out to ride it, and I came back and both wheels were flat. And I could not find the puncture hole. There was no puncture hole. But as I would pump them back up, the air was just instantly escaping. I could not figure out why. So I said, can you send me replacement tyres? And they were like, you're not going to be able to change them. I was like, all right, I'll send you the entire scooter. Sent them the scooter back, and then I found out they were making a new one. So I said, just refund me that one. I'll get the new one. The new one is the M365 Pro, so not a major name change, but what it is it has a longer board and a taller stick, which is great. As I, I'm tall. I'm not gonna go out and say I'm a tall guy because I'm not. I am 1 inch off 6 foot. When I'm wearing shoes, I'm 6 foot. But it's not noticeable. But anyway, I think I'm regular sized, and I would like the longer handlebars for that, the longer stem leading to the handlebars for that, which again they finally done. Bigger base means bigger battery, so put a bigger battery in there, and they've also improved the motors, so it goes further, there's a larger range, and it can travel quicker. The only problem is it is 2 kilograms heavier, so I am still contemplating whether to get a new one or not, as I am a weedling. I have no muscle, and I can just about carry the regular one. I don't know if I'm going to be able to carry the new one. Those 2 kilograms, 2 bags of sugar there. I could just eat the sugar. I don't know if I'm going to be able to carry it, so I don't know if I'm going to get one yet. But if I do get the new one, I will definitely do a Midget Tech video on it because it's a really cool thing. And I do highly recommend you check them out or at least have a go on them, as I think they're really fun. Initially using them, I thought I was going to die. You get on it and it just zips off and you're like, oh my god. But no, afterwards you get into it and it's really cool. I really highly recommend that you do try them out because they're really fun. And if you do want to get one, I recommend going over to Pure Scooters. I'm not sponsored by Pure Scooters, but I do recommend Pure Scooters. They sold me mine and they were really quick at shipping. They're actually somehow cheaper than the official Xiaomi shop, but they're like an official Xiaomi reseller. So Xiaomi give them official products. I know they're selling it cheaper and they're fine with it. And I don't know why, but clearly it's absolutely fine. So they shipped me that. It was great. Did a great job. They also ship mods for it as well. So like the seat I was talking about earlier. But I think a couple that I bought, which I thought were quite good, were they do like a 3D printed hook that you can pop on so you can carry your bags. And they even do their own branded their own branded base plate. So the base plate on the actual scooter, it's quite brittle. So if you go over like a pavement really hard, you could smash it, and then the battery's exposed, and that's bad. They do their own that fits the scooter, and it's more durable. And you pop that on. The idea is that it's less likely to get damaged. But I think another cool thing as well is that could obviously also be a replacement cover as well. You could buy theirs as a replacement if your one breaks. So they do a lot of mods for the scooters there as well. And they sell other kinds of scooters as well. But I do recommend them if you're thinking about going and checking out electric scooters, because like I said, they do some really good stuff. If you want to try out the scooter, the Xiaomi shop in London, you can try them out there. I was quite surprised. I went into the shop with Matt and I said, look, I'm thinking about getting a scooter. Can I have a go on this one? And the guy in the shop, which is, it looks similar to like an Apple store. Obviously it's Xiaomi. He let me ride it just up and down the store, which again was great. I thought I was going to die, like I said, and fall off, but no, I was all right. And yeah, so I do recommend you check it out. And yeah, it was very fun, but ultimately I had to send it back, and we'll see if the new one's an improvement if I do get the new one. One major thing that happened in the 6 months was Avengers Endgame. And I know I'm playing it off like it wasn't a big thing. It was huge. I have not spoken about it that much, but Avengers Endgame I thought was amazing. You know, I don't want to get into too many details about Endgame itself, the movie, and what all the different points that I want to make about it, because I think they've already been made by everyone else online. There's not really much more I can say that will grant any reason to watch. I'll just be reiterating a bunch of other points probably on that, so I don't really want to make a huge video about Endgame, but I did think it was amazing. I was squealing throughout the entire time heist because I thought it was just awesome, especially the 2012 stuff. I thought that was amazing. Like I said, it was just a great movie. And it was amazing. I saw it in iSense, which was... It's like Odeon's own take on what they could do with IMAX. It's not IMAX, I do need to say that. IMAX obviously has a bigger aspect ratio. It's like a taller aspect ratio. And it has obviously slightly better sound as well. But the one that I went to was iSense screen. So it's like the same aspect ratio of the regular film, but it's on a bigger screen. It's really high def. It's got Dolby Atmos sound everywhere, which again was great. It was actually in a reclining seat as well, so I got to watch that head on. At midnight when it came out, I went to a double bill, and I went to a double bill with Ben and Chloe. My friends Ben and Chloe. We all basically went together to watch the double bill. It was Infinity War first, and then at midnight they played Endgame. Initially we went off to this place called Original Patty Men in Birmingham that do apparently really good burgers. I say apparently because we went on a Wednesday and it was Wings Wednesday. They're not open on a Monday, Tuesday, and I don't know why, but Wednesday they just do wings. I thought that wings were really good, really filling as well. Everyone at the table had one bowl of wings except for Ben, who had 2 gigantic bowls of wings plus fries, and then decided to eat other people's wings and fries as well. That guy can eat, okay? But yeah, you know what? I really want Ben to get on the podcast. I just think it'd be quite funny. But yeah, so we all went, had the wings, and then we went to watch Infinity War. One of the things that I was saying about Infinity War, and I still think that this was a good idea, was... let me set the scene for you. So, there were 2 double bills taking place in the building at the same time. Okay, we were downstairs. The regular old 3D screen was upstairs. We were watching it, and the idea was that, like I said, Endgame comes out at midnight, so Infinity War was obviously before that. And I basically said to everyone at dinner, "Here's the plan. Everyone, because it's a 3-hour movie, goes to pee right before Endgame," which again was great because the idea was you wouldn't be topping up any fluids. But when to go? Because if you went right at the end of Infinity War, you would clash with everyone trying to get into Endgame, and all those people would also be going to pee because 3-hour film. So I thought when Thanos snaps his fingers, that's the best time to go, because you've still got 10 minutes or 15 minutes of movie from the snap before Infinity War ends. So theoretically, there are going to be less people in the in the cinema, and therefore less people in the toilets. And I was right. When the snap happened, we all got up, went to the loo, and the area where obviously you could buy snacks or whatever there was obviously a couple of people there. There was a mild queue. Loo's practically empty. Great. came back, film ended Infinity War, and then at the end of Infinity War, I went out just to see how many people were there. 15 minutes later, this was, like, I could not see the floor. There was that many people. There was so many people. So I'm so glad that I went to the loo at the snap. Yeah. That was the perfect time to go, and clearly it worked. But now we basically conditioned ourselves to the point where I think Chloe also agrees with this as well. Whenever that scene in Infinity War happens now, and there is a snap, your mind's instantly going to go, I need a pee, and you're going to go to the loo right at Infinity War, Thanos' snap. So yeah, I've ruined everyone's lives, but hey, the film was worth it. So yeah. What other films happened? Other films that happened as well were Captain Marvel, that came out before. I thought that was great. I ended up seeing Captain Marvel quite a lot. A lot of times, really surprisingly large amount of times that I saw Captain Marvel. I saw it at midnight the night it came out, but Usman didn't want to come with me because it was midnight and he didn't care enough to watch it at midnight. Obviously Endgame he went, but Captain Marvel, I didn't care. Well, he didn't care enough to go watch that. I was like, Marvel, I'm going to watch that. So I went at midnight and saw that film. Usman then later on wanted to watch Captain Marvel, so I went with him then. And then it was the same with all my other friends. My friends all went separately with their own separate friend groups to watch it, and I went with them. So I ended up watching it with like each individual friend basically, instead of everyone watching it at once, which meant I watched it about 5 or 6 times in the first 2 weeks of it coming out. Yeah, I like Captain Marvel. I thought it was a really good movie. You know, I thought obviously there's a couple of problems in that movie, but I'm not gonna complain because I thought it was a great movie. I saw that movie. Did I see it with James at any point? I can't remember if I saw that movie with James at any point, but sitting there in the cinema, I'm watching it. Obviously, the fact that Jude Law is now the bad guy twist happens, and I thought to myself, I should have seen that coming. It's Jude Law, but I thought to myself, hang on, has he really been in any other film where he's played the good guy, but then it turns out he was the bad guy? And I thought to myself, that no, like I can't think of a film, possibly Spy, but in Spy he was the good guy, who then turned out to be the bad guy, who turned out to secretly be the good guy all along. So, yeah, the idea of Jude Law just swapping sides to the bad side seems to me to be obviously a Jude Law trait. But yet I can't say it's ever happened. So I thought that was quite weird. And the reason I'm bringing up James is because that's the kind of thing James would say if it wasn't James. But yeah, we instantly just went, yeah, that's a Jude Law moment. When in actual fact, it was just a decent, it was a good twist. Great. Yeah, I thought Ben Mendelsohn was awesome as Talos, which, you know, he's awesome. He again ended up playing the good guy, which is the opposite of what he's usually known for. He is the bad guy and everything. So him turning out to be the good guy was great. Spider-Man Far From Home also came out, and that came out, like I said, fairly recently. I haven't seen that as many times as I wanted to, but I did see it quite a lot. I thought Spider-Man Far From Home was an amazing movie, absolutely outstanding. I think that it was a perfect end to the Infinity Saga, and you know, I'm really happy with it. I enjoyed the hell out of that film. Yeah, it was so good. I thought Jake Gyllenhaal was great in that film. The premise was just great. And I think as well, and I'm going to put an asterisk around this, that it was quite a modern film. It was quite realistic. And like I said, I'm putting an asterisk around it. But the whole idea is that, you know, Iron Man is a guy in a metal suit that he made fighting another guy in a metal suit that they made. Great. That's fairly realistic. Like, it hasn't happened yet, but it could, and I think that's great. Thanos coming to, you know, Earth with Infinity Stones, that's less likely to happen, you know, in real life, and therefore not as realistic. This, drones, projections, you know, the one guy just controlling everything with the, you know, his helmet. It was it's still mildly realistic, and I thought that was great. There wasn't any wacky random things that you couldn't really pinpoint. You knew what was going on with the projectors. You knew what was going on with the drones. I thought it was just amazing. And that scene at the end in the spider sense, the Peter Tingle scene. That's just an amazing scene. It gave me goosebumps, gave everyone else goosebumps, because that's just it's such a good scene. But yeah, I thought that everyone acted really well in that. I thought Jake Gyllenhaal, like I said, was awesome in that film as well. I know he's dead, ? But I do want him to show back up again because he is awesome. And yeah, so yeah, please bring Jake Gyllenhaal back. One of the things that I thought was quite funny was obviously the twist, which, spoiler if you haven't seen it, but you should have seen it because it's a sick film. But if you haven't seen it, don't listen. But the spoiler, that Jake Gyllenhaal ends up being the bad guy, that was perfect. I knew he'd be the bad guy going in. I could tell from the trailers. Obviously, everyone knew from the comics. That was great. I'm pretty sure everyone in the cinema at midnight when we watched it knew he was going to swap sides, right? Everyone in the entire cinema was like, yeah, he's going to end up being the bad guy, except for Ben. Ben had no idea that Jake Gyllenhaal was going to turn out to be a bad guy, and his reaction was just the best. So the reveal takes place obviously inside the bar, and as all of the holograms disappear in the bar, Ben just slowly starts leaning forward just to try and figure out what's going on, because he has no idea obviously about all of this. And then as all the reveals were happening that Jake Gyllenhaal's been the bad guy, Ben was like, oh, the entire time. He did not expect it. And I think the scene that really did it for me was where there was that hologram sequence where, the first, like the major hologram sequence where, Nick Fury is there, but it's not actually Nick Fury, it's Jake Gyllenhaal, and then Nick Fury gets shot, but it's not really Nick Fury, and all that kind of stuff. And then Peter ends up getting hit by the train. The scene where there's that, like, Iron Man grave, yeah? That is an awesome scene. And Ben's reaction to that scene was just, again, so shocked. And everyone in the cinema was deathly silent when he gets hit by the train. But Ben in a cinema is just, in my opinion, one of the funniest things ever. Especially in that film, because he had no idea what was going on. He didn't know what to expect. And I thought that it was just really funny. So I wish I could go back and just see his reactions again and record them, because they were just really, really funny. But yeah. The thing that Odeon do is they release posters. So they release posters that you can't actually see because they're behind the camera, and also if you're listening you also can't see them because you're listening. But there's some posters that are behind the camera that if you saw any videos from season 2 of Midget Cast, you will know what I'm talking about. With these posters, they were like 5 Infinity War collectors posters. They did similar ones for Endgame as well. Matt Ferguson, the artist, he did 2 gigantic ones for Endgame. He did an amazing job. I've got them on my wall in the other room, and I think they're absolutely amazing. I actually was lucky enough to go and meet him and get them signed by him as well. He signed right across the middle of my Infinity War one, which I asked him to do, and I think it looks amazing. He signed my Endgame ones, Captain Marvel ones, and Ant-Man and the Wasp ones as well. So I've got them signed. I'm really happy. I really want one of his regular piece of artwork that he does. He does a lot of comic book artwork on his website. He did one for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. It was like kind of glow in the dark as well. And he's done some really beautiful ones for Thor Ragnarok and Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. And I think that they just look absolutely amazing. If I had the money and I'd known about them when they were on sale, because they sell out really quickly, I would have pretty much definitely would have bought them, because they look amazing, especially the glow-in-the-dark Spider-Verse. It's just amazing looking, and I think that he should basically just produce more and put them on sale, because I really want some and I haven't got them. But I'll put them on this wall. If you're watching the video, if you're watching the video, you know where I'm pointing. But if you don't and you're just listening, there's a wall. And there's not much stuff on this wall. It's quite bare, and I really want to put the stuff on that wall. There is that poster over there. I don't know if you can see it, but the 10 years Marvel Studio one's great, but a Matt Ferguson one on the wall would look really, really nice as well. But yeah, moving away from TV shows, sorry, movies. So we're talking about movies. Moving away from movies, I want to talk a little bit about games that have come out recently, games that I'm playing right now, that I just really think are cool. What I've noticed, and this is only for me, is that games have been less appealing to me as time went on. When I got my Xbox, it was great. I was in the game area. I was like, let's get this game. Let's get this game. This game looks awesome. Let's do this. Recently, the games have just been a bit, for me, underwhelming. And again, that's just personal opinion. There are some great games out there. I got a friend that carries on recommending Witcher to me. As well, I think he's also recommended me one called Burnout Paradise, Red Dead Redemption 2, everyone loves that. So we've got a bunch of stuff recommended to me, but I just haven't got the time to play them, really, or the drive at the moment. One of my all-time favourite games is Doom. Everyone knows I love Doom. Doom came out in 2014. I think Sunset Overdrive also came out in 2014 as well, which again is another one of my favourite games. I think 2014 was one of the best years for games in my opinion. Sunset Overdrive, amazing. Doom, absolutely amazing. And you know what's coming out soon in like November, October? Doom Eternal, Doom 5. Cannot wait. Doom Eternal is going to be awesome. You know what? They actually previewed and showcased Doom Eternal at QuakeCon in London that I didn't get tickets to because I didn't find out about QuakeCon until after all the tickets had sold out. I hate myself. The people there got, like I said, demos of... they got to play Doom Eternal there. And I would have absolutely bloody loved that. So I'm a bit angry that I couldn't play Doom Eternal at QuakeCon. Yeah, really angry now because, you know, Doom Eternal would have been awesome. I don't actually know if QuakeCon London has happened yet. I think it takes place in September and therefore it hasn't happened. But I really want to go and I can't because I didn't get a ticket. So whether it's past tense or future tense, yeah, I want to go. Yeah, I didn't go. Or I will not be going, whatever. But yeah, I wish I could. But like I said, Doom Eternal I think looks amazing. I'm going to get that game. I've already pre-ordered it on Deluxe. I want it on Collector's Edition if possible. But it's just slightly too far out my price range. The Collector's Edition comes with a wearable Doom helmet. I mean, can you get more OTT than that? If I get the Deluxe Edition of the Doom... if I get the Collector's Edition of Doom Eternal, I will wear the heads. I will wear I will wear the bloody helmet on. I will do an entire podcast just through the helmet, just to see how long I can last, just wearing the Doom helmet. And if it's possible to do a podcast just through the helmet, because I think that will be awesome. But yeah, so obviously Doom is just great, made by id, made by Bethesda. I'm a huge fan of Just Cause 3. Just Cause 4 did come out, but like I said, I haven't had the time to really play games or get into a lot of games recently. But I have been playing various other games. So, Just Cause 4 is made by Avalanche and Square Enix. I'm personally not a huge fan of Square Enix, but Avalanche are great. Bethesda released a game that is a conjunction between id, who make Doom, and Avalanche, who make Just Cause. Rage 2. Rage 2 is a sick game. Rage 2 is so good. It's got like the FPS, like the kind of first-person shooting style of Doom, very similar in a way. But it's got like the mobility of Just Cause, which again I think is awesome. If you look at a scene from it, you could totally think it's Doom, and then when you're riding the car, it looks like your apocalypse van or whatever you're riding, it looks like you're now playing Just Cause. And like I said, I'm a huge fan of both games, and I think that is a really sick game. I do recommend it. I think I have got the collector's edition for that somewhere. But like I said, it's a good game, and I really recommend Rage 2. I think that collaborating together on Rage 2 has given id a couple of ideas from Avalanche. So key thing is, this is what I think happened. I think Rage went, look, we're trying to figure out a new mechanic for Doom. id went to Avalanche and said, we're looking for a new mechanic for Doom. What you got? And they go, well, in our game, Just Cause, the main guy has a grappling hook. And they went, stop, say no more. Shotgun with a grappling hook. And that's what they've done. They've made a shotgun with a grappling hook, and it looks awesome. I cannot wait to use that shotgun. I think it's going to look amazing. I think it's going to just help me to annihilate all the enemies. I cannot wait for that. So yeah. What else has happened in games? The new consoles were announced at E3. Well, I say announced, they were like hinted at. PS5, possible name, and Xbox's Project Scarlet. Again, I can't remember if that's the actual name, but I think it is. It was so long ago that I just cannot remember. But they're coming out next Christmas. So if they have any good launch title games, then I might get one. But I don't know if I will, because like I said, I do have an Xbox One. I don't know if I'm going to be getting an Xbox 2 or not. It depends. If there's a game that will drag me back in, then yeah, I'll definitely do it. Like, if they release Doom Eternal on it and not on the Xbox One, then yeah, I would buy it for Doom. Just Cause 5 on that, I would buy that. Halo Infinite, I don't know if I'm ready to be dragged back in. I thought Halo 5 was good. I want Warzone back because I bloody loved Warzone. But you know what? If James and I are just playing that on the new Xbox, then that'll be awesome. So yeah, I might get a new Xbox. You never know. Whatever happens, happens. But yeah. The other thing I definitely want to talk about was something called Google Stadia. And I don't know if a lot of people have heard about this Google Stadia. It is a cloud-based gaming platform from Google. I follow Google, so I've heard about this. I don't know if, like I said, any of you guys have. What it is, if you're not familiar with it, is it's a way of playing games without actually needing a console. So the game is streamed to you over the internet. And you're playing it basically over the internet. So all you need is the controller and any connection and a screen, basically. And I think that this is absolutely amazing. I think it's revolutionary in terms of what you can do in the future with games. I'm going to be able to play games on my phone eventually, and that is, again, awesome. At launch, they've said you're only going to play on Pixel devices. I have a OnePlus device, obviously, and I won't be able to play it on there. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Because I will eventually, and I can play it on any of the other screens I have around me as well. You can play it on computers. All you need is to just go to Chrome browser, and then if you have a Chromecast, you can just plug that in and use the Chromecast. So why not? I think it's awesome. You don't, and I think that this is actually something that people online aren't taking into consideration. You don't need the official Stadia controller to play it. They have already said that you can play Google Stadia if you have like just one of their supported Bluetooth controllers. And the picture that they use, or one of the pictures they use to say which controllers you can use, looks suspiciously like the DualShock 4 from the PlayStation. So that means if you have a PlayStation 4 controller, you can go over to your computer, open up a Chrome web browser, and just start gaming. Like, that's awesome. I can't wait to do that. I don't have a PlayStation, so I don't have a PlayStation controller, but I've ordered a Stadia controller. So I can't wait to do that. I like I said, pre-ordered Stadia. I think the Chromecast is coming with that one, the Founders Edition, which is great. So I'm going to be able to hopefully talk about that. And I definitely want to do a YouTube video on that as well, a Midget Tech video, because they've said the lowest speed of internet you need for it to work well is 10 megabits a second. Here, I do not have 10 megabits a second. I have lower than that. And that's a bit atrocious, I know. I can't believe it either. How am I surviving? But I am. They've said it's lower than that. You probably won't be able to play Stadia. I'm willing to give that a shot. I've got a low speed internet connection here. I will put it to the test. And I definitely want to do that on a video. I don't think a lot of channels would do that, to be honest, because obviously they all got their own really cool fast internet over there. And it just so happens that this year I don't have really fast internet, and I think that's good because it means I can test it out and check whether it is possible to game. I think it will definitely be possible to game. I don't know if it'll be possible to multiplayer on that speed, but we'll definitely see. We'll do a speed test. We'll get it up, and I'll let you know if it's good enough to buy or not good enough to buy. So I really want to do a video on that. I'm willing to check that out. The thing that this is the one thing that brought me to it, right? they've announced a list of 13 or 30 games. I can't remember the number, but let's go 30. They've announced about 30 games that you can play on the Stadia at launch, which comes out in November. Guess what one of the games is, or will be? Guess. Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal will be available at launch to play on the Google Stadia. That's right. If you have a Pixel phone, you can play Doom on your phone. How awesome does that sound? That sounds amazing. I would love to play Doom on my phone, but my phone's not supported. So when they support my phone, you know for a fact I'm going to buy Doom on there. I don't know if they're going to give you a discount if you already own Doom on another console, but you know what? For Doom, I'm willing to buy it twice because Doom is awesome, and I carry on saying Doom, but I love Doom. Yeah, you know, gotta love that. One of the things that I think is most controversial about them is their Pro service. And this is what I think a lot of people online haven't considered. I say a lot. When they announced it, a lot of people were just freaking out about this. And then news sources piled on. Whereas what everyone needs to understand is Stadia is free. You do not need a subscription to use Google Stadia. And they've said this. You can pick up your controller. Remember, Bluetooth controller. You can use your Bluetooth controller that you already have. Go on a screen or a laptop or a computer, whatever, that you already have. Open up Stadia and start playing. All you need to do is buy the game on Stadia. Okay? That's it. You don't need the subscription service. The subscription service that they have is $8.99 in pounds every month, and it gives you basically, and I am like just trying to make it easier to understand here. Everyone's gone, oh, we thought it was Xbox Game Pass. It's not Xbox Game Pass. It does not just give you loads of games. $8.99, it gives you Xbox Live Gold, pretty much, okay? This is how it works, okay? Your regular gameplay on the free one is 1080p. You can have 1080p, I think it's 30 FPS. 1080p, 30 FPS for free. That's great. If you splash out and get $8.99, 4K, 60 frames per second, 5.1 surround sound, like full-on gaming experience, because that's what you're paying for. You're paying for the online capabilities, like Xbox Live Gold. Also, like Xbox Live Gold, they've now said, and I say now said because I think they changed it on their website, that they will give you games every month, every other month, and they're going to be like premium games. If you're a founder, you get Destiny 2 to start off with, but then obviously they'll give you more games as you carry on, like games for gold, which again is great. So I think the key thing is it's not Xbox Game Pass, it's Xbox Live Gold, and that's the key thing to remember when it comes to Google Stadia. I hope in the future they will do something like Xbox Game Pass, but I think I've heard that it'll be developer related, which means I'm getting the Bethesda one just for the Doom and the Rage and the Wolfenstein and just all the Bethesda stuff. I'm going for it. If they do a Bethesda pass on Stadia, I'm getting it. But yeah, obviously subject to Stadia being a good thing or not. But I'm very much looking forward to that. Like I said, it comes out in November. If I haven't started the Midget Tech up by then, I will start Midget Tech with the Stadia video as the first one because I really want to make a video on Stadia, and I think that it's just great. Everything I'm saying now, obviously, is just my opinion. I don't know if it's going to be good. I don't know if it's going to be bad. Fingers crossed it's good because I'm getting it. If it is bad, I will let you know. I will be honest. I'll be truthful. I'll give you a proper review. I'm not going to just praise it. If it sucks, it sucks. So I'm waiting to see what happens. I'm willing to see if it's any good. And I'll let you know how Doom plays on that because it's all about Doom. Everything is about Doom. And if you cannot play Doom on it, it's not worth having. Yeah. But that's it for the games. TV has been really well for me. That's what I've been doing quite a lot of. I've been watching a lot of TV in the past 6 months. That is just a lot of stuff to watch, really. At the end of season 2, I made a couple of episodes where I spoke about Community. I have finally finished watching Community. There's a couple of things that I said wrong in that episode, but I've seen Community and I think it's absolutely amazing. Absolutely love it. Yeah, season 4 is a bit dodgy, but I have not got a problem with it. All 6 seasons are great. The 6th season I thought was awesome. My favourite is obviously season 3. But yeah, Community, amazing. Watch it, check it out. It's great. It's free to stream if you're in the UK and you have all 4. You just watch it on there because it's free. So why not? Arrested Development. I have started watching. I've just finished season 4. For season 4 I thought was good. Everyone proper hates on season 4. I thought it was, like I said, it was okay. The structure was different, but maybe that's not a huge issue. One of the things I'm interested to see is the rewatch of season 4. So having seen season 4 now, I know what the plotline is. So I know where everything's going. And I'm hoping that will make season 4 better watching it a second time. But also they did a recut as well of it where they made it more like a traditional episode. So, I'm willing to get those and watch those as well. To see what happens really, and if it's any better, if it's any worse. Broadchurch. I've spoken about Broadchurch I think last week as well. Yes, it's awesome. I want to do a podcast about that, so I'm not going to go into huge detail. Same with The Boys on Amazon. It's amazing. I really want to talk about it, but I'm going to do like a proper episode on that as well because I think it's great. Other stuff that I need to watch or have been watching, the Grand Tour. For some reason, I didn't get into the Grand Tour. I didn't finish off season 2 of Grand Tour. I think I just got caught up with work and stuff. Season 1 was amazing. Season 2 got halfway and then just stopped watching it. Season 3 is out now, and I've actually gone back and I started watching it. I finished season 2, and like I said, it's awesome and I do love it. But now I'm about to get back on schedule basically, which is awesome. Daredevil, which was one of Usman's favorite shows, I have put on. I've put on. It's on my list. It's ready to watch basically. When I get to it eventually, I will watch that as well. Same with Lucifer as well. Apparently that's really good, and that's going to end with the next season. Need to watch that. Mr. Robot ends with the next season. Need to watch that. I'm about halfway through season 1. Hate myself for that. Hannibal. Need to finish watching. I think I'm going to make a YouTube video about that, or a podcast about Hannibal, because it enrages me a little bit. But TVs and that, TV shows. Rick and Morty season 4 is coming out in November. That's news. Hopefully the internet doesn't absolutely lose their crap again. I'm up to watch it. I've got a shirt on with Rick and Morty on it. Great. I do like Rick and Morty. I'm not a diehard fan. I'm not a Szechuan sauce fan, if you know what I mean. I'm not willing to go out and get the sauce just because it's on sale. But I am a fan. I do like the show. I think it's pretty good. I am interested to see what McDonald's do, as Mulan trailer has come out and Szechuan sauce was originally released for Mulan. So do you think they're going to release it for the new Mulan? They might, do a limited run of Szechuan sauce again, although based on what happened last time, if they do it, it's either going to be in a mass run or a batch load. They're just going to do loads of sauce in one go to stop any riots, or they're just not going to do it and piss everyone off. So whatever happens there happens. One other thing I did want to talk about, the most interesting or weird thing that did happen to me in the past 6 months was this film here. If you're watching the video, you can see what this is. If you can't, it's a film called Paycheck. It is a 2003 film. It's directed by John Woo. It has Ben Affleck in it and Uma Thurman, and I think it is absolutely amazing. It is up there in my top 3 films, alongside Horrible Bosses and whatever my third film is, which I have not decided yet. But Paycheck is up there. Definitely 100%. It is up there for me. Is it a great movie? No. Is it a crap movie? No. It's a good, mediocre movie. There's just some issues with execution that make me find it absolutely hilarious. So I definitely want to get into that, but I'm thinking about getting into that in a different episode, in a separate episode that's just purely related to Paycheck. In an ideal world, I would do a series on Paycheck. What I really want to do, actually, is I wanted to get like an in-depth analysis on every individual thing that's just gone wrong with it, because I just think it's just really, really funny. I do think that's awesome. If you do actually end up going to watch Paycheck off my recommendation, please let me know. And please let me know what you thought. You might think it's terrible. And yeah, there are some issues with it, but I still think it's absolutely amazing. I really want to do one of those. If you want to see a Paycheck video, a series, please let me know, because I will happily talk about Paycheck for a solid hour. Paycheck. But that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching, the watching or listening to the podcast. And thank you for bearing with me as I try and figure out what to do. Last week's episode was obviously about Hobbs and Shaw. It was focused on the one movie. This week we've gone for a more loose style, whatever's coming to my mind or whatever I've jotted down. But if you want to see more, podcasts that's focused on specific content, again, please let me know, because I'm more than happy to do that. Like I said, in-depth analysis on Paycheck, or analysis on Broadchurch or The Boys or whatever. I'm willing to just check that out, because I think that they're awesome, and I'm willing to check them out and do a full solid episode, in-depth look at those as well. So yeah. If you have any ideas for future episodes, or you have any questions for me, please let me know by commenting on the YouTube video, or navigating to the show notes or the description of the video or the podcast, and clicking the link to visit the new Midget Cast website, where you can actually listen and watch episodes of Midget Cast directly from the website. So if you don't have a podcast player, you can listen to them straight from the website as well. You don't need to download anything, just use your web browser to get there. But if you scroll to the bottom of that page, there is a little form that you can fill out, that you can put your suggestion in. If you have a suggestion or a question or anything you want to say about the podcast, please let me know. If I end up using your idea, I'll give you a shout out. So yeah, please do comment and make some suggestions. Very much appreciated. But that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching or listening. I have been Paramveer, and this has been Midget Cast.